Hello, my dear students. You all are welcome to my geography class once again, and I am here to discuss with you all the evolution of the towns and urbanization in India from chapter number 4, Human Settlement. So, today we will be discussing about how did the towns evolved in different phases of history. Okay, and also we will be discussing about the classification of the towns on the basis of their period of evolution, okay, as well as the present scenario of urbanization in our country India. So let us start with the evolution of towns. So as we all know that the towns existed not only during the colonial period of the in the modern day, but towns flourished even during the ancient, some of the ancient civilizations also. Okay, like in the prehistoric times also the towns they flourished actually. Okay, the towns flourished since prehistoric times in India. Even at the time of the Indus Valley civilization, the towns like the Harappa and the Mohenjo-daro were in existence. So, we all know about the Harappan civilization, Indus Valley civilization and all, isn't it? So, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were also the towns which flourished during this time of Indus Valley civilization. Okay. The following period has witnessed evolution of towns and it continued with periodic ups and downs until the arrival of Europeans in India in the 18th century. So this evolution of the towns it went on. Okay, it continued with periodic ups and downs actually till the till the Europeans, basically the Britishers, they came to our country, okay, to rule. And after the Britishers they came to our country, okay, the towns, the process of evolution of the towns or the process of formation of the towns, it increased. Okay, so basically the towns of our country they evolved in different phases of history. Okay, some towns they evolved very during the ancient period, some towns they evolved during the colonial period, and some towns they evolved after the independence actually. Okay, so on the basis of their period of evolution, the Indian towns can be classified into three major categories: the ancient towns, the medieval towns, and the modern towns. These are the three main categories of towns, okay, as per the period of evolution: ancient, medieval, and modern towns. Okay. So, we will be discussing in details about these three categories of towns which has evolved in three different time periods. See. Ancient towns. There are a number of towns in India having historical backgrounds spanning over 2000 years. So, as we know that our Indian civilization is one of the oldest civilization in the world, okay, and this is the reason that some of the towns of our country are very ancient, okay. Some of the towns they have been formed around 2000 years ago, okay. And most of these towns, most of these ancient towns, okay, they developed as religious and the cultural centers actually. Okay, most of the ancient towns of our country they developed as the religious and the cultural centers. And some of the important ancient towns of our country are Varanasi, Prayag, that is the present day Allahabad, Patliputra, present day Patna, Madurai, etc. Okay, these are some of the towns which has evolved during the ancient time actually. Okay, means which has its root more than 2000 years ago actually. So here in this context we can say that the ancient towns are those towns which has developed during the ancient period more than 2000 years ago actually. Okay, as the religious and the cultural center. And if you are being asked to give some examples, examples can be given the Varanasi, Prayag, Patliputra, Madurai, etc. Okay. The next we are going to discuss about the modern towns. Okay. Sorry, medieval towns. The medieval towns. About 100 of the existing towns have their roots in the medieval period. Okay. Presently, more than 100 of the existing towns of our country, they have their roots in the medieval period. Means they have developed during the medieval period, means during the rule of different kings and all. Okay. Basically, during, you can say that during the rule of different rulers. Okay. And most of them developed as the headquarters of principalities and the kingdoms. And most of the medieval towns, okay, they developed as the headquarter of various kingdoms and all. These are the fort towns which came up on the ruins of the ancient towns. Okay, and some of them are the fort towns which developed on the ruins of the ancient towns, means the ancient towns which got destroyed maybe some because of some reasons. On that ancient towns only the fort towns they came into existence, and these fort towns are now considered as the medieval towns. Okay, some of the examples of the medieval towns of our country are like Delhi, Hyderabad, Jaipur, Lucknow, Agra, and Nagpur. Okay, these are some of the examples of the medieval towns which has developed during the medieval period during the rule of the different rulers actually. Okay, and now the third classification of towns on the basis of the evolution is the modern towns. That is the towns which developed during the colonial period and after the independence of our country. See, as I said earlier when I started my discussion, I said that the process of formation of towns it increased, okay, during the time of colonization when the Britishers they came to our country. Okay, from that time onwards the process of urbanization it increased rapidly actually. So basically during this period, okay, during the colonial period, many of the towns of our country got evolved. Okay, the British and the Europeans has developed a number of towns in our country. Okay, a majority of the towns of our country they have its root during the colonial period. Okay, starting their foothold on the coastal locations, they first developed some trading ports such as Surat, Daman, Goa, Pondicherry, etc. So as the Britishers they first came to our country for trading purpose to carry out the trade and commerce. So they first, okay, developed the port towns such as Surat, Daman, Goa, Pondicherry, etc. Okay, these are the towns which got developed during the colonial period. Okay, during the first phase of the colonial period, because the Britishers they came, okay, they brought the goods from their country to our country through these ports, and from these ports only the goods were transported to their countries. Okay, and this is the reason that these places Surat, Daman, Goa, Pondicherry and all they gained importance during the colonial period and they got converted into the towns, okay, as the port towns. And after the Britishers, they consolidated their hold around three principal nodes. And after the Britishers, they fully hold capture over the entire India. Okay, they developed some of the important towns actually, like the Mumbai, okay, Bombay, Chennai, which was known as Madras, and Kolkata. Okay, that is Calcutta. These were built by the Britishers. Okay, these were built by the Britishers during the colonial period, and these cities they act as the trading centers, they act as the administrative centers for the Britishers actually. Okay, and as we all know that Kolkata used to be the capital of our country during the colonial period. Okay, so rapidly extending their domination either directly or through control over the princely states, they established their administrative centers, the hill towns as summer resorts, and added new civil, administrative and military areas to them. Okay, so rapidly they extended their domination, okay, directly or indirectly over a major part of our country, and they established the administrative centers, and these administrative centers later on got converted into towns. Okay, they also set up the, you can say, the summer resorts, okay, in the hill towns and all, which are now the present day famous tourist destinations, such as the towns like Mussoorie, Darjeeling, Simla and all. Okay, these were actually the summer resorts for the Britishers, and now they have evolved as the tourist towns actually. Okay, so during the modern period, during the colonial period, basically many of the towns of our country they got developed, okay, they got evolved, and even during like some of the industrial towns also like were set up during the colonial period, like towns based on modern industries also evolved after 1850s, like Jamshedpur can be cited as an example. Okay, so Jamshedpur is an example of an industrial town which has its roots during the colonial period actually. Okay, after independence, a large number of towns has been developed as the administrative headquarters, example Chandigarh, Bhubaneswar, Gandhinagar, Dispur, etc., and industrial centers such as Durgapur, Bhilai, Sindri, Baroni, etc. So not only during the colonial period, but after the independence of our country also, okay, to carry out the administrative functions properly, the government of India has set up many headquarters in different parts of the country. Okay, and these headquarters later on got converted into towns. Okay, such as Chandigarh, Bhubaneswar, Gandhinagar, Dispur, etc. And even many of the industrial towns also got developed, such as Durgapur, Bhilai, Sindri, Baroni, etc. Okay. Some of the old towns also developed as the satellite towns around these metropolitan cities. Okay, so there were few small towns, okay, which got developed around the big cities and all, like Ghaziabad, Rohtak, Gurugram, around Delhi. Okay, and this process of evolution of the towns is still going on. Okay, still we can see that many of the rural areas, okay, many of the rural marketing centers are now getting populated. The size of these rural marketing centers are increasing, functions are increasing, and they are now getting converted into small towns and cities actually. Okay, so with increasing investment in rural areas, a large number of the small and the medium towns have developed all over the country. Okay, so at present we can see that various number of towns are there. Okay, many number of towns are there in our country, and they have all evolved basically after the independence of our country. Okay, so this is what about the classification of towns on the basis of their evolution in our country. Okay, so basically the towns can be classified into three major categories on the basis of their evolution, that is the ancient towns, medieval towns, and the modern towns. Okay, so as we are discussing about a town, so it is very much important to discuss about urbanization in India. Okay, so now I am giving you some information about urbanization in India actually. Okay, see. So before we start urbanization in India, first of all you must know what is urbanization actually. Urbanization is the process by which the percentage of people living in the urban areas increases. Okay, means when the percentage of people living in the urban areas increases, the process is known as urbanization. So in our country, urbanization is a rapid process. Okay, the process of urbanization is very fast. Okay, the level of urbanization is measured in terms of percentage of urban population to the total population. And the level of urbanization in India in 2011 was 31.16%, which is quite low in comparison to the developed countries. So many of the developed countries are there where the level of urbanization is very high, but in our country the level of urbanization in 2011 was 31.6%. That means of the total population of our country, as per 2011 census, 31.16% of the people were settled in the urban areas. Okay, the total urban population has increased 11-fold during the 20th century, and this percentage of the urban population living in different towns and cities of our country, it increased 11 times basically during the 20th century. Okay, enlargement of the urban centers and emergence of new towns have played a significant role in the growth of urban population and urbanization in the country. So basically, because of the emergence of various small towns and because of the increase in the urban centers, the percentage of people living in the urban areas has increased many times. Because people living in the rural areas, they find their job opportunities limited. So in order to earn a better livelihood and to earn a better wages, income, they migrate to the urban areas, and this is the reason that the process of urbanization is very fast in our country. Okay, and on the other hand, the towns and the cities are also rapidly increasing, which is also another reason for higher level of urbanization in our country, rapid increase of urbanization in our country. But there are some regional variation. Okay, like there are some states which are very the rate of urbanization is quite higher, whereas there are states where the rate of urbanization is quite less in our country. Like if we take into consideration the state of Goa, around 62.17% of its total population lives in urban areas. Okay, so here in this context we can say that Goa is the state which is having the highest percent of urban population, or Goa is the state having the highest level of urbanization. Okay, After Goa, Mizoram occupies holds the second position. Around 51.51% of the people of Mizoram they live in the urban areas. In Tamil Nadu, 48.45%. In Kerala, 47.2% of the people they live in the urban areas. But on the other hand, state like Himachal Pradesh, where only 10% of the people they live in the urban areas. Okay, that means in the case of Himachal Pradesh, the percentage of rural population is very much higher. Okay, and in case of Goa, the percentage of rural population is very much less. Okay, Bihar is the second state. Okay, like in terms of rural population actually. Okay, then Assam, Odisha. Okay, these are also the other states which has a very low percentage of urbanization. Okay, and if we see the case of our state West Bengal, in West Bengal around 31.89% of the people they live in the urban areas. Okay, so this slide it provides us information about the variation of urbanization in our country. So here we see that Goa is the state which is having the highest level of urbanization, and Himachal Pradesh the state which is having the lowest level of urbanization. Or it can also be said that Himachal Pradesh is the state which is having the highest percent of rural population. Okay. So this information, urbanization in India is a continuous process. Okay, urbanization in India is a continuous process and it will go on. Okay, and in our country, because of the shifting of the people from the rural areas to the urban areas, as well as the conversion of the rural areas into urban areas, is increasing the percentage of people living in the urban areas actually. Okay. So here we discussed today about the classification of towns on the basis of urbanization, as well as classification of towns on the basis of evolution and urbanization. Okay. But again here you can see in terms of the union territory, okay, like Delhi is the union territory which is having the highest urban population around 97.5%, and in Chandigarh 97.2% of the people they live in the urban areas. But among the union territories, Andaman and Nicobar Island is having the lowest percentage of urban population. Around 35.67% of the people of Andaman and Nicobar Island they live in the urban areas. Okay. See, this is the another concept, smart city mission. Okay, this is a new initiative undertaken by the government of India for the development of the existing cities actually. Okay, so that the existing cities can be provided with world class facilities. Okay, see, the main objective of the smart cities mission is to promote cities that provide core infrastructure, a clean and sustainable environment, and give a decent quality of life to its citizens. One of the features of the smart cities is to apply smart solutions to infrastructure and services in order to make them better. For example, making areas less vulnerable to disaster, using fewer resources, and providing cheaper services. The focus is on sustainable and inclusive development, and the idea is to look at compact areas, create a replicable model which will act like a lighthouse to the other aspiring cities. Okay. So basically the major objective behind this smart city mission is to provide world class facilities, okay, to some of the cities and all, okay, so that these cities, okay, can act as an inspiration for the other cities also. In the smart cities, okay, all the facilities will be very highly developed, okay, from sanitation to availability of water, roads, transportation, everything will be highly developed. Technological, higher level of technology will be used in developing these cities actually. Okay, so our country India is progressing fast. Okay, and in the coming future we will see that some of our cities will be some of the world class cities of, okay, actually. So this is what about the smart cities mission actually. Okay, so I hope now you all are clear about the evolution of the towns, urbanization in India, and about the smart city mission launched by the government of India. So thank you my dear students.